You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning, friends of KW New England. It's me, Brooke Silva. I am joined, whether she's above me or down or next to me in this video, who knows? But I'm joined with Tiffany Hampton, our regional productivity coach. Say hello.
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 Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day weekend. Friends, if you did not see it, we plopped in some Memorial Day graphics for you to add to your social media. But today we are talking about something so much more, so much bigger than any of that. And it's the value of your database. A couple weeks ago, KWRI gifted us another playbook, the database assessment.
Yes.
It's so good.
It is. It is.
And I will put the link to the playbooks in this post when we post it on this group. But what we wanted to walk you through is what it looks like to quickly do the math, because it is fast. And I don't math. We know this. I don't math.
I spreadsheet math these days.
Right? But this is easy math. Even I can do this math. And we wanted to make sure that you know how to get to the value of your database if you had to replace it. If you had to blow up your database and start over, what does that cost look like? Because that was very motivating for me when it comes to clean data.
And we're going to start off small right now. However, there's even more to why this is so important.
So let's get into it, Tiffany.
All right, share your screen, my friend.
You got it. I'm going to pull up the playbook because this is gold. And again, don't panic. We are going to get it for you. Oops, I think I have the wrong screen. One moment. I've got like 800 things open.
Yes, I have 4 tabs.
I'm not going to talk about how many tabs I have open. It's the story of the nerd, okay? Here we go. Let me just put the focus. There we go. So I don't get 800. All right, so here's your database assessment playbook. And what Tiffany and I are going to do is role play real quick. She's going to be the PC coach, productivity coach, and I'm going to be the agent. And we're going to talk through using the examples. We may stop and pause and talk to you guys about a few things, but we're going to run through this. She's going to coach me as the agent through this process.
And this example is a big example. Because it gives 15,000 people in the database. And you might think that that's difficult to get to, and it's really not.
It's not, because at the end of the day, they figured out that a lot of these people were not true database, and that's what we want to talk to you about. And Tiffany, believe it or not, you and I see with so many people, I see databases with thousands, almost this much, but it's not a database. And we're going to get into why it's not just because you have 15,000 contacts doesn't mean you have a big business or that they're actually contacts.
Right. All right, let's do this.
All right, so here is the math. So we're going to look at the value if you had to rebuild it today, determine your conversion rate, and then what is the financial opportunity actually inside this database of 15,000 total contacts?
Right.
All right. And I'm going to make it bigger. I know you're going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, my 49-year-old blind eyes.
If you put your reading glasses on, but that's for a different day and a different coaching moment. So if you had to rebuild it today, we're going to start with something this simple. What are the total contacts, excluding farms and data dumps? We're only counting real people, Tiff.
Well, and let's get clarity. Your farms and database, they are real people, but they're not relationship people. So, because that question gets asked all the time. Matter of fact, when Jason Abrams did this exercise with us, that question was asked, why don't you count farms and data dumps? And it's because the relationship's not there yet.
You have no idea who these people are. They have no idea who you are.
Right.
If you were to call them, would they say, hello, Brooke? Or would they put you to voicemail and then maybe text you back?
Right. Exactly. So we're going to put the number, if you scroll down a little bit. Now, they left a blank for you to do your database, and then they gave you an example. Okay. So the example is 15,000 people in the database. Now, the next thing is, what's the lead cost multiplier? How much it would cost if you had to purchase the leads? So Zillow, OpCity, Ojo, all of these different database lead aggregators, what would it cost? And honestly, I think $26 per lead is low.
I think it is too. I think actually in the shift, I think that would actually be a lot higher. I would like to see it at 45 or 50. And I think for this exercise, we should.
Right. And to be honest with you, I think it's $140 per lead.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll stick to the math for this today. But if you're doing this on your own and you don't know those numbers, stick to what they give here. But remember, the cost of lead aggregators has gone through the roof.
Right.
Every one of these, you either have to pay a higher referral rate, or the cost per month to be a part of pay to play and speed to lead has gone through the roof. Yep. Through the roof.
So
you're not closing them, so the cost per lead is even higher.
The next statement says annual multiplier. This is how long your database will yield opportunities at the current rate for as long as you operate. And the way I want you to look at this is, you just spent the last 5 years really diving deep into your database, and you're staying in touch every 11 days, the 36 touch. It takes 3 years for them to stop thinking about you and stop calling you.
Yeah.
So that's why that 3 is there. Because if you really manage your database correctly, it takes amp up time, and then the amp down time is about 3 years.
I think 3 years is a great number to always stick to right now.
Absolutely.
So this example, they had 15,000 contacts at $26 per lead, right? So that equals $390,000. Now they take that and they multiply it by the annual multiplier, and that gave them $1.7 million. So their database, if they had to replace it today, would cost $1.17 million to replace. Right. Tiffany, do you have that?
No. Not as anybody else on it. I mean, really. So let's do the math. Let's get a little more realistic, right? Because it is about realism. So this example would probably be something that you would use if you are on a mega team. So let's just say your database has 1,500 people, because a newer solo agent could absolutely have a database of 1,500. That's very manageable to do within a year. Oh, look at you pull up the calculator. I was going to do it on mine. So 1,500.
Yep.
And honestly, let's be real. Let's say leads cost $75 each.
Okay. So I'm going to times that by the lead cost.
Yep.
Okay.
So to replace,
and then
right there, it's 112,500 per year. Now multiply that by 3.
So as a brand new agent, do you have this type of funds sitting around to replace your database if you had to rebuild?
And this is why you and I harp on a clean, healthy database.
We do, because while we were just focusing you on the cost to show you this, the flip side, the positive of this is this could be your GCI.
Right.
If you worked your database in a way that was thoughtful and valuable, and what you gave your database what they needed, not what you think you need from them, then this could be your GCI. We need to look at it on the other side of things. So don't look at it only from the cost perspective. What would this do for your business or your world? This is what your database could give you. This is also what your database would cost to replace. And what I love about this playbook so much after all this, and we wanted to just start to dip you into this, is that in the database assessment playbook, it also then goes into, so how do I get there? How do I get that to be $1 million real estate database. Couple of different things. Please read it, but slow the spend. And Jason probably said it 8,000 times. Stop sending newsletters nobody cares about. Stop sending emails to other realtors. They have the MLS. He said, is it valuable and is it needed? And if you don't know, then don't send it. Because that's how you get people out of your world real quick. And if you put a paycheck on those relationships, you know from your smaller exercise we just did that's a $75 loss. So by you sending an email that is not needed or valued or wanted, you just lost $75.
Yeah. And I want to put the productivity side of it out there. I don't care. I think pull up your calculator again, because this is really important, because that was the cost to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to share with you is what's the cost to your family, to you, to your legacy, to everything else. So take 1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
1,500.
Yeah.
And you're going to multiply that by 6%.
Times 6%.
Equals.
That equals.
So in a database of 1,500 people, there are potentially 90 transactions if you treat that database right. So now, let's say, and commissions are negotiable, Let's say that the average commission, and this varies based on where you are, is $12,000. So take that 90 and multiply it by $12,000. What is that number?
That's over $1 million.
So, and obviously this is GCI, gross commission before expenses, before splits, before taxes. What would your life look like if you brought in $1 million in revenue from your business?
It'd be incredible. It would be incredible. So friends, chew on that over this weekend as you're enjoying your barbecues, your open houses, and different things. We're excited to bring this database assessment playbook to you. We'll make sure the link is in there. Do the exercise. This is not one where you have to pull out P&Ls and all these things. Use the math, except for the database count that already exists in the workbook. Play with the numbers. Know what it costs to get a person in your world, but more importantly, what happens when you lose a person. Stay valuable. Stay in relationship.
Well, and what I love about everything that you've shared is when those agents say, I just want to send out newsletters because they're valuable, every unsubscribe is a $75 cost.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money.
Yep.
Adds up fast.
That is fast. That is disgusting.
I know how you feel about that.
Well, read the playbook and you'll find out, because I may have helped a little bit when I was talking to some people that can't have your eye about these things.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Barbecue away. Enjoy your family. And we will see you next Monday.
Tuesday. We're off Monday.
Well, we'll see you next.
Oh, yes. We'll see you the next.
Yeah. Not this week. Next week. Bye.
Bye.